Hi, in this video, I'm going to talk about CSS syntax and inline, embedded, and external style sheets. CSS syntax has three parts to it: a selector, a property, and its value. This is called a rule, the rules regarding CSS syntax. Selector is the part to which you are going to apply this styling. Usually, the selector would be a tag name. So you can put body or H1 or H2 tag, P tag, any tag that is a common selector. But later, you would see that it can be a class name or an ID. I will talk about it in maybe in the next video. But for now, we are concentrating on selector being a tag name. Then you have the property corresponds to that tag. You need to look at the CSS specification to see which are the approved property for a specific tag. At the end of your textbook, in one of the appendices, you can see some of the selectors and the approved properties. And properties can have values, and that is also from a set of values approved. So the syntax is the selector, then the curly bracket, and within the curly bracket, you have the property, then colon, and the property value. You won't see any equal to sign here. You won't see any angle brackets here. So this is how you define or declare or make a CSS rule. For example, this is a rule that says the body tag should have a fore color. That means the font, all the fonts in the body should be blue, and it should have a background color. You can see that if you have multiple rules or multiple property value, you can use a semicolon to separate them. In terms of color, of course, you can, I explained in the previous video, you can put the RGB value in hexadecimal, like R, this would be, you can see that R is 0, G is 0, B is FF, that is a maximum value. So it will be a blue color, and this will be yellow, a mixture of red and green. So, so once again, this is how you form a CSS rule. The selector, then the property associated with it, and then you have the value associated with it. In terms of color, we already discussed it. You can say color red. You can check and figure out which are the approved names for the colors. And then you can have the hexadecimal or the 3-character hexadecimal, or you can put the decimal value, 255 being the maximum, 0 being the minimum. In the new CSS3 specification, they are adding one more item to specify the transparency of a particular selector. It's not yet approved, but some browsers can support that. So the first way of attaching CSS or applying style is through inline. Inline means you are putting the style in the opening tag of an HTML tag. For example, this is an H1 tag, and you are using the property or the attribute style, and then you are using the equal to sign, and then the color or the property, comma, the value. So this is the only time when applying style you are using an equal to sign and the property and its value. So this is how you are, this one says that the color should be red. You can see that here it says the background color would be kind of gray. So let's see how you would apply this kind of styling to your web page. So I'm going to take this simple web page, and here I'm going to say that the body of this document should be red. Let's just see how this web page looks like now. It just has a simple tag, body tag with one liner right there. Now going back to the notepad, I'm going to say that I'm going to apply inline styling. So you have to use the style attribute, and then all the attributes are in quotes, so we need to say that has to be in quotes. Here I'm saying that the background dash color should be red. That's my rule. All right, so I'm saving it and I'm trying to open it. Now you can see that the background color of this web page became red. So what happened here was you applied the style to the body, and body covers the whole web page, so that's why it got applied to all of it. Now, if I want to add another rule, say I want the foreground color or the font color to be white, I can express white in many ways. I can simply write white, or I can use the hexadecimal representation, white like that. And now I'm going to save it, and you will see that the font or the foreground color got changed to white. Now, if you want to apply color, suppose I made this into an H1 tag right here, closing tag, be careful about the syntax, and I'm going to save it and see how that changes. It's an H1 tag, so it put the H1 tag properties right there. Now I want to put an inline styling to H1 tag, saying that its background color should be careful of the spelling, uh, and I'm going to say that it should be green. All right, so let's see what happens. So this is the inline. You are putting the styling inside the body tag itself. So let's see what does that do. It put a background color to an to an H1 tag. So that is all about the inline styling um, in HTML. So inline styling is specific to a tag, and it just get applied to the content within that tag.